those threads to see where it would go. There was a guy that threatened Peter because, like I said, he was a county clerk, and this guy, I guess, was in the middle of a custody battle, and it didn't go his way.
Oh.
And Peter probably had to, I don't know, do some paperwork. Who knows?
Yeah, they're trying to find motives
Again,
somewhere.
I don't know what a county clerk does, but this guy said, I'll fucking kill you.
Oh.
To Peter. So they checked him out. He had an alibi. He was like, no, dude, I was just really fucking mad. Peter's great uncle was in the mafia. So they went down that route to see if maybe there was a tie there. And Peter's uncle went by the fireman. So they thought, ooh.
That was his name?
Yeah, in the mafia. So, you know, the mafia loves a nickname.
Yeah.
Well, they thought that maybe since they were killed with a fireman's axe, it was kind of a message. Like, hey, you know, you rat on me, I'll kill your family type thing. But the problem is that Peter's uncle was actually serving time in prison.
Oh, that makes it difficult.
And he would not get released because he refused to snitch on anybody. So...
that doesn't add up.
No. Like I said, they looked into every tip, but everything just kept coming back to Christopher. So now I'm going to tell you what they found during their investigation of him.
Okay, I'm ready.
They found out that Christopher had taken out a loan to pay for college for $30,000 and used 17 of it to buy a yellow Jeep Wrangler.
Ooh.
I know, I fucking hate yellow cars. Like, we get it, you want attention. They found out that he had actually been suspended from the University of Rochester for poor grades, so then he enrolled into a local community college in attempts to get his grades back up so he could then re-enroll at Rochester. He did really shitty in community college, but then he forged his transcripts and had just gotten readmitted to Rochester.
Okay.
Well, his parents had found all of this out, but he was able to convince them that the university had fucked up his grades and that they were going to make it up to him. That's why they were letting him back in.
Okay.
They also found out that that loan he took out for $31,000 for school, he had actually forged his dad's name on it in order to get it. I'm sure he needed a cosigner, or maybe he even took it out in his dad's name. I don't really know the details there, but he had definitely forged his dad's signature. He had also opened up another line of credit to get that Jeep and forged that signature as well for his dad.
Of course.
After interviewing Christopher's roommates and some of his college friends, police found out that he wasn't just saying that there was a large inheritance coming his way if his parents died, but that they owned multiple vacation properties.
Oh.
And he would say things like, oh, we're going here this weekend and all this shit. So he was really just like a grandioso pathological liar. They also found out from his roommates that he had stolen one of their laptops recently.
That's fucked up.
And to piggyback off that, they found out that in 2003, Peter and Joan's house was broken into and their computers were stolen. They both suspected their son Christopher, but they had nothing to go off of besides the fact that it had happened before.
Oh.
And knew that it was Christopher.
With laptops? Mm-hmm. He loves computers.
Well, this is what he was doing with them. He was running an eBay scam where he would take pictures of these computers that he stole, sell them to people on eBay, collect the money, and whenever they never got their laptop or computer, he would then pretend to be his brother, Jonathan, and say, Christopher died.
Oh, God.
And I have no way of accessing his funds to refund you his money, and I have no idea where that computer was. He must have shipped it. I don't know. Sorry, I can't help you.
Wow.
Well, he had done this enough times that eBay was investigating him and had frozen his account and his brother Jonathan's account.
Well, because obviously he's in on it.
Right, but even though he wasn't using his brother's account, they got his name.
Yeah.
I mean, Porco is not a very common last name.
Right.
But they found him, and they even told Jonathan, we're investigating you for fraud. As a naval officer, that's a big fucking deal.
Absolutely.
All of this came to a head 2 weeks before the murder.
Oh.
So now his brother's pissed at him.
Yep.
In fact, police show that he had called his brother 40 times in the week leading up to the murder, and Christopher never answered. Also a week before the murder, his parents got a notification that a loan that they took out had become delinquent.
Jeez. This guy's just all over the place.
But so now his parents know that he had forged the signature to get that $30,000 loan.
Yeah.
Again, They're trying to contact him before the murder. He's not answering. Police see that they sent him an email where they're basically saying, we know what you did. We know you took out this loan. That's not cool. The next time you do something like this, we will file charges against you. But this is an email from his dad, Peter. But Peter ends up signing the email away. Hey, I know we're angry and we're disappointed right now, but we love you very, very much. Like, we'll get through this type of thing.
Yeah.
They also found that just days before the murder, Christopher had met with a financial advisor saying that he was about to come into a lot of money and he needed advice on how to invest it. So that right there tells me that he was looking for life insurance because they didn't have a lot of money to give. Also, while investigating Christopher, police went up to Rochester to interview his dorm roommates. And they were told that he did sleep on the couch Saturday night, but Sunday he was not there. And they know that because a lot of them stayed on that couch through the evening.
Okay.
That prompted police to pull security footage from the dorm's garage, where they found Christopher's yellow Jeep leaving at 10:30 p.m. Sunday night.
Okay.
And arriving back at 8:30 a.m. Monday morning. But the biggest find during this investigation came from the home security company. They told police that the alarm had been disarmed before it was smashed, using a code.
Okay, yeah.
After confirming with the older brother, Jonathan, that only the 4 of them knew the code, it was enough for police to arrest Christopher Porco. In July of 2006, the trial began, and during it, using the findings of the police, prosecution was able to piece together a fucking heartbreaking timeline. On November 14th at 10:30 p.m., Christopher left his dorm and drove the 3 hours to Del Mar, which they had a tollway collector in Del Mar testify to seeing Christopher's yellow Jeep with him in the driver's seat pass through around 2 a.m.
Yeah, it'll stand out.
Yeah. At 2:14 a.m., he used the code to disarm the security system. This next part is, I'm going to also say another trigger warning because it's very graphic. Christopher then grabbed his parents' axe, and while they were asleep in bed, he struck his father 16 times in the head.
Jesus.
And face and neck area. He struck his mother 3 times in the head. Both Joan and Peter had their skulls completely broken open. Peter's jaw had been disconnected on one side. However, the attack itself initially didn't kill either of them.
God damn.
Afterward, Christopher cleaned up, changed his clothes, wiped the axe handle clean, smashed the alarm panel. At 4:19 a.m., he cut the phone line, according to the phone company. He slashed the window screen, and then he drives back to Rochester, arriving at 8:30 a.m. Again, this is what the prosecution is laying out.
Yeah.
And all of it is extremely plausible.
Okay.
The most devastating part of this trial was when the prosecution recounted what happened after Christopher left. When Peter was attacked, it severed his frontal lobe, and that's the logical thinking part of your brain. So when his alarm went off that morning, Peter got up and started going about his morning routine.
God.
Based off of the trail of blood, the bloody fingerprints and handprints, police were able to put together what he did that morning. They said that Peter must have stood at the bathroom sink for a while. We don't know if maybe it was brushing his teeth. Again, he's bleeding profusely. His jaw's hanging off.
Yeah.
But logically, he can't understand that. So he's going through muscle memory of his day.
That's so creepy.
I know. He walks down to the kitchen, packs himself a lunch. He writes out a check to pay for Christopher's parking tickets. I mean, he had the cognitive ability to write out a complete check. That's insane to me. He starts to unload the dishwasher. He doesn't finish, but then he heads to the front door where he was overcome with blood loss, fell to the ground, and died. The prosecution had neighbors testify to seeing Christopher's yellow Jeep in the driveway all that night.
Yeah, busted.
His roommates testified that he was not there. 9 of them testified that he was not there that night. The only thing that the defense had was the fact that there were no fingerprints on the axe, and there was no blood in his Jeep.
Okay.
They were also saying if he changed his clothes while he was there, where are the bloody clothes? But he could have thrown them anywhere.
Yeah, he could have taken them with him.
He was there from 2:15, I think, is the time he disarmed it, he could have left around 5:30 and still gotten home. So in between 2 and 5, he could have taken a shower. He could have... I mean, there's plenty of ways he could have gotten rid of clothes.
What's crazy to me is that Peter didn't die from blood loss. Like, he did eventually.
Right.
But, like, he was walking around, pumping blood and everything. So, his injuries, I wonder how... I mean, they sound super serious, but I would have thought he would have died from blood loss from those injuries.
Agreed. But they said that he was in bed for a long time. That's why they think he got up with his alarm, because there was a pool of blood where he was. You could also see cast off to know that he was attacked in the bed next to Joan. There is a lot of capillaries in your forehead and whatnot, but if you think about it, it's just a thin layer over your skull.
Yeah, I thought he was hitting the neck stuff too.
Well, it was, but I think it was all superficial.
Okay.
It mainly was into his skull and the side of his face. So I don't think that there was... I think that once he got up and started moving and blood was pumping and flowing,
that caused a problem.
That's what made him bleed out.
Gotcha.
That's why I think Joan didn't die in the bed.
Because she never got up.
She didn't bleed out because she was just laying there. Well, the jury finds him guilty of second-degree murder and attempted murder and was sentenced to 50 years to life for both with a minimum of 50 years. And did you hear me? I said attempted murder.
Yes.
Because Joan lived.
I was going to ask.
Yes. After multiple surgeries, being in a medically induced coma, losing her left eye and part of her skull, Joan recovered.
Wow.
However, she lost all of her memory of the attack. And when she woke up in the hospital, she was adamant that Christopher had nothing to do with it.
Damn.
She accused police of fucking up the investigation.
Oh, wow.
She ended up paying $250,000 of bail to get Christopher out while he awaited trial. And when the trial started, the two showed up every day together, holding hands, walking into trial.
Wow.
They put her on the stand for almost 6 hours, and she spent every second of it defending him, saying that he had no mental illness. She defended every action he had ever taken, even stealing computers and shit like that. She said that there was absolutely no way that he was involved in this.
That's fucking wild.
I mean, it's her kid, though.
I know, but and then he's just sitting there thinking, yeah, I fucking did it.
Yeah.
But she just doesn't believe me, so, okay.
That's, I don't know. Like, I want to be like, I just want to, like, shake her and be like, Joan, really? Seriously? Look at the evidence, but it's her fucking kid.
Yeah.
So Christopher's filed for appeals, but nothing's ever panned out, but he's up for parole in 2052.
Jesus.
Isn't that crazy?
That's wild.
That's one of those cases that sticks with you.
Yeah.
It's Peter walking around the house.
Uh-huh.
It reminds me of the story that I covered, the interrogation of Ryan Waller. It was the kid that he woke up with his girlfriend, was dead on his couch, and he couldn't remember what happened.
That's right.
Yeah, if y'all haven't heard that, it's episode 12, I think. You should go back and listen to it. It's pretty crazy. That's one of them that sticks with me.
Yeah.
Because of the similarities in this case, but yeah. So that's it.
That's our episode.
Do you have anything else, or are you saving it for the after show?
I'm saving it.
Okay. Well, then I'll see you there.
Not unless I see you first.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I'm leaving that in. People need to know. We love you guys, and we appreciate you, and cheers to Gigi.
Thanks, y'all.